Oops, I think I restarted it. Working on it. There we are. Oh no, that's not it. Damn, I wish I could take these down real quick too. Let me refresh. This is weird. I know some of you guys are there because I'm seeing the likes. Is this it? The stream has stopped. Refresh. Nope, I don't know. I'm trying to find it, guys. Oh. I guess I'm back on, but I can't see the shit. Fuck. Now we got it. Fuck. Yeah, sorry this is kind of lame. I'm trying, this is actually a test. That's what all three of these false starts are. Is a test. To see if I can do this shit. And then when I get home, maybe... One sec. Did you lock the back? Did you lock the door just now? Did you lock that door? I was gonna ask Archie if he has an iPad or something. Oops, I'm sitting on the thing. One second. I was gonna ask him if he has an iPad so at home I can go on and read shit. Is it working? I don't know. Someone asked about Farmer John. He just don't do social media anymore. He's still doing the same thing he's ever been doing. Okay, I guess it is working. Awesome. Is there much of a delay? Let me see from when I said that to where he typed. Let me say, type chicken wing. I'll see when that comes up. That'd go good. We'll see. There we are. Okay, so it's less like 30 seconds. There's some chicken wings. Yeah. It's only about a 30-second delay. What's funny, everyone's asking me to smoke, and really, you don't really smoke in these places, but it's not open, and we smoked a joint. Oh, someone was asking me to show off some Earls. You know. The older. I think I see what they have. Every once in a while, some shit will go out. Rosin and stuff now. That's some cement cookie. That's one of my favorites. It's the one you see me dabbing on. Oh, sorry. This one is a. I'll dab some when I get home. I'm not trying to buy this one. That's why. But I have some at home. Yeah, I got a flat iron, and I stand on that shit, and I squish some shit. 1992 S.W. Miller. I went on YouTube. Someone asked how I got in industry. Well, I found some Ramo videos, and then I got my medical marijuana card. This is 2009, so. Started in my bedroom at my grandpa's with some CFLs, vegging, some bag seed. Went on Craigslist, bought some cuttings. That's where Snowcap and Cheese and all them. If you followed me a long time ago, those strains I used to grow, got them off of Craigslist. Started growing those with a 400-watt light. I had sold a car that I totaled. Went and bought grow equipment. I bought a 400-watt light. Wait, you have a car? Yeah, how do you think I'm in a dispensary? I just walked up in here. So, anyways, I'm just showing people's kids. One sec, I don't know if that's cool. So, what was I gonna say? I got cut off. Okay, so yeah, I had my 400-watt light, ran back into Archie, and I knew he had been doing weed all along, but we never, he smoked some. He used to smoke blunts, and he smoked blunts with me before, but I didn't know what he was still doing. By the time I had got into weed, he was already onto papers. But anyway, he told me to get a 1,000-watt light. I'm like, but that shit's gonna be hot. I had this weird thought in my head that I couldn't do a half-ass grow with 1,000. I thought it would get too hot, so I just had two 400s, which is kind of dumb. They were built-in ballast. It was just as hot as 1,000. Smoking on some cheese. Right on. That's funky, especially that one out here that Subcool used for the cheesequake that they call UK cheese. That one's pretty funky. He said that he could trace that back to being the Exodus cut. I don't know. I don't try to believe everything I hear on the internet, but anyhow, getting back to what I was talking about, because I missed a sidetrack. I did that grow, and I had enough to actually move out off of two 400-watt grow, and moved out. But I had a buddy, Archie, who had all the equipment. So what he did is, he had these hoods that he was originally L's brother had bought to use, and didn't use them. So I got to borrow them for a grow, and then got to use Archie's ballasts and bulbs, and did a 2,000-watt grow. Yeah, Archie grew lowrider. It's a ruderalis / autoflower, whatever you want to call it. One good grow and a whole bunch of not so good grows. Easy Rider was another one. Then there was this one called Blue, not Blue Nepal, so not Purple Nepal though, but it was a different one that they got that was a non-feminized lowrider. They didn't know that, or non-feminized autoflower, but I'm getting sidetracked. So after I did that grow, I had enough off my half to pay for the equipment, and then yeah, went from there. Had YouTube by then. Sup, Chris Flores? There's some Terra Flores down here somewhere. Maybe you own that shit. Anyone know what oh, never mind, it says it right on it. Is there for opening the bigger can of jugs? You could even see the salt on it. For some reason, when I sit up out of this chair, stand up in the chair, these go like this, and then I go to sit back down, and it gouges my hips. I just saw. Where'd you put the O? Right here. Oh, Jesus OG? That's some TGA slash Homegrown Natural Wonders. I don't know which one. Is this a Homegrown Natural Wonders, Mr. Or not Mr. Split, but Jinx Proof? Oh, that shit's okay. Ooh, it smells like lemons, like Jack the Ripper or Jack's Cleaner. It's okay, I'm not too big on the lemon strains. Let me go back and read, see what you got. Yeah, I've heard of Exodus cheese. That's what supposedly the UK cheese is out here in the States, or Pacific Northwest especially. Venom terps, dude. There's so many questions. I made some oil out of some Jack's Cleaner before, and that shit was super sappy. Blue cheese, yeah, that's a common one. You moving? No. Why would I be moving? Anyone trying to get? Yeah, man. When I got involved, I didn't know about IC Mag. I knew about Toke City and Northwest Green Thumb, and Sub LBC had a forum back then too. Damn, I don't want to. Let's just say, and only you guys will know because you're seeing this, and you won't even. I'm not even gonna tell you, but there's about to be a really, really good forum and I'm gonna be a part of it, and it's gonna come out at some point soon. I'll make an announcement when it does, and that you'll be pretty amazed at the other people that are involved with it. It's pretty cool. People I never thought I would have any involvement with, but that's going to be a really good forum. But the ones that I went on was like Northwest Green Thumb. Met a lot of people on there that coke heads and heroin dabbers, weird motherfuckers on there. But yeah, I went on there mainly just to sell clones. It was like a Craig, you could sell clones on there. It was whack as hell though. You give them your rec once. I don't even think they verified it, and then they never take you off as a patient. Even when your rec expires, they don't take you off as a patient. So you're dealing with random ass people on there. But the people who started that one went off to do first a knockoff email company, and now they're doing these Chinese closed loops called open source, where I'm all fine when it's a piece or something that's not painted. I don't like the painted Chinese rigs, but I'm not going to trust my safety to some Chinese fabricated stainless steel. No way in hell. Yeah, heroin dabbers. Oh man, there's rumors about, you guys remember Dope Cooks, about him getting and doing that kind of thing, but that was actually, he was a friend of mine until I found out he was like on federal parole and shit, and then he made some fucked up threats to Busy Bee and went back to jail. Facepalm, yeah. Oh, someone just said, one of the people that I met on there that did that in the comments. But yeah, that's just one of the people. But I don't think he does that anymore. He's getting pretty successful at what he's doing. Yeah, someone was saying there's no international standards in China, and it's actually difficult to get like real 316 stainless steel. Everything that they're using is like 308, which the only thing that's 308 on any of the sweet leaves is on the old V2, and I don't even know if this is on the menu or on the. I have one of the prototype ones, so it's not the ones that went out. And there's a couple like there's a T on there that's 308, and there's an elbow on there that's 308, but everything else is 316. Yeah, I noticed that. Usually, and a lot of people like to say it's because the material was wet, and I believe that to an extent, but a lot of times, like let's say you press something, the first day you make it, it sizzles, you just leave that sit overnight, don't sizzle the next day. Oh man, there's some people leaving some nice comments. Thank you guys. I appreciate the nice comments. I know they don't catch my attention as much as the asshole ones do. But yeah, thank you. He lives pretty far away from me. He's at, you know where I met Farmer Joe? I'll show you where I met Farmer Joe. Before I even knew who I was standing where Els is standing, and this guy comes in with a floppy hat and hat pins all over it. And I was bud tinning, and he's like, "Hey, I'm the guy that grows a lemon skunk." And this is right before he won the Roma at Tacoma for it. And I didn't see him again until the first P&W cigarette cut. But yeah, I met him right here, and didn't know he did anything with social media. He mentioned he knew me from YouTube. And as soon as I met him, I had told just went closed loop. And I said, I had a Bogart for like a year though. They sent me one of their prototypes. If you guys, you OG followers, remember when I had the prototype Bogart? The ghetto one made out of like an old fence post, it looked like. Not stainless steel at all. In the Appion, and I was like showing people how I would like read the instructions, show people how it's supposed to go without actually running it. Sorry guys, with the fucking poison hoses. Learn from your mistakes. But oh, it froze. Oh, bummer. Okay, I guess it didn't froze. I don't know. So, anyways, but yeah, he told me don't get a Sub-Zero. I actually sent it a design to Lou Swan from Sub-Zero, and I sent a design to Bogart, telling him what I needed. And it was back when I wanted no closed loop systems. They had the chilled column, which a lot of people call dewaxing, and then they had just regular systems. And I wanted a system where it wasn't quite like the Sweet Leaf. I wasn't thinking about having a valve at the bottom of the chilling tank to just have it all inline. I was thinking flip that motherfucker over and all that. But I drew the design and sent it to both of them, and I said I was gonna get the Sub-Zero one, and Farmer Joe's like, don't get that shit. That shit leaks at like 50 psi. I'm like, oh, okay, I won't get that. So we never got that. He remembers the whole OG honeycomb. Oh, dude, someone re-uploaded that. It's still on YouTube. If you search Brett Maverick honeycomb. What's funny is the first time I ever made that, it wasn't with an electric pump. It was with a hand pump, the brake bleeder kind that are actually on dick pumps. If you've ever seen the dick pump thing, not the blood pressure cuff one, but the actual one that's kind of like a vice grip or pliers. But yeah. Started with that, and I made first some Earl, and I experimented, dinked around with this thing a lot of times, just trying to figure out what the hell, how does this work? Everyone's saying vacuum purging's the way to go, but I pumped it up and set it on a 400-watt ballast overnight, and yeah, kinda. I'm reading shit and answering it, but I set it on a ballast overnight. I came back next morning and the whole thing was wax with Swiss cheese holes all over it. And I'm like, what the hell? So then I started doing it on the griddle. Noticed I was getting uneven heat. And I went, well, fuck this. I'll put it in water and heat it that way. And then after my hands were getting tired, I said, let's just order a pump. That not weed. Michigan has straight danks. I bet you guys do. Sub LBC moved out there. One of the person I learned a lot of growing related stuff from, but he kind of lost a lot of respect from the newer people because of his oil. When he does his ghetto shit, he talks shit about, well, he got a Bogart. That's kind of what he gets. It's like, yeah, this closed loop system sucks. No, the closed loop system you bought sucks. But yeah, and sucking the butane through a fucking non-explosion proof fan that's creating static electricity and runs on electricity. Pretty much just a grow fan. But other than, if you don't learn from his or if you don't learn from, if you learn, stumbling on my words. If you don't follow him for that, and you follow him about like growing and cloning and shit, that's different. Cobra, I saw one yesterday and thought about buying one when I bought this, but I didn't I didn't grab it. Yeah. So I don't know who he was talking to, but should I leave a fan on the inside? You should have it depends kind of on where you live, what your humidity is like, but you should definitely have one circulating air in there, like an oscillating fan. And if you live anywhere like coastal, you need to have an exhaust fan too. And probably a dehumidifier, which also keeps it warm when the lights are off. That's nice. You don't usually have to have a heater with your Baja Blast. Did you not watch my video on how to make it? You just take 16 ounces of Mountain Dew and 1 scoop of blue Powerade concentrate. You can't mix blue Powerade with it because it's not carbonated, so you use the blue Powerade concentrate. Dump that in the Mountain Dew, Baja Blast. You can make your own ratios and do that. Yeah, that's if you watch the episode 73 of Hash Church, someone's talking about Cuban Sif getting marked up. He actually said he don't sell it anymore when Matt Rise was trying to justify his water hash prices. One time, I don't know why I bothered, I think someone tagged me in it or something, but Matt Rise was trying to say that he only gets like 40 or 50 grams off of $3,500 pounds. I'm not butane, not ice water, sorry, with butane for his Shatter Bros, and that's why his Shatter Bros has cost so much. And I went, no. And he's arguing, and I just, whatever, dude. Yeah, and he's making dry sift out of indoor sellable material. So I look at it like if he's gonna get a 5% return off of a pound, which is like I think 22, yeah, around 22 grams with a few points on there, and sell them for $100 a piece, or he could just sell that pound for $2,400. Why would he take the time to dry sift it and all that, you know, and do that? If anyone's made dry sift, especially close to as pure as Cubans, you know how little you actually get off of a pound. Cuban, you can make fucking keef all you want, but I don't know anybody that goes and purifies gland heads off of vendable herb that they've gone and dried out and cured all well like that and grown very well. And then, yeah, what do you get? What do you get on 99% heads for dry sift, Julian? I don't ever get over 2% on that. That's why I don't make dry sift commercially. It's different. You make ice water hash, you can get up to 10% on some shit. You get even up to 20. And you got to understand with ice water hash, you have different grades. So you got to kind of understand. A lot of people can count their fucking 160 and their 25 third wash is into their whole yield, but that's not what the full melt is that's selling for the highest price. $2.20 sterling for an ounce. Oh my god, I feel so bad. And you guys over there, your media's fucked up. That's why they're telling people that they get schizophrenia from weed and psychosis and all that. Yeah, it's the media over there is a little fucked up. Oh, dude, cinnamon, fucking 100 grams off a pound, easy. I'm talking bud that you would trimmed up and that you would smoke, not trim. Or trim you can get 40 to 60 depending on what kind of, if it's leafy trim or if it's close sugar trim. But other strains, let's talk about Snowcap, 40 grams trimmed buds. But that's why them pounds are like fucking 13 to 15. They're not expensive pounds of that kind of weed. A zip? I don't buy bulk like that in retail. So between 100 and 150, really. I mean, if it's some really good cookies, over 150. But I do get a lot of like 8s and shit retail because I like to see what's out there. I'm like a, what do you call it? You know, the people like to go taste different shit. A lot of people don't get it. My grandpa don't get it. He thinks he thinks, well, why don't you just smoke what you have? And he just looks at it like there's one kind. It's just weed. Darknet. Oh yeah, that shit looks scary. Remember Silk Road? I'm sure they have a bunch of spin-offs of it now. Yeah, man, variety is where it's at. $10K. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I spend more than that on taxi rides, to be honest with you, which is a shame, but I'm not trying to get a DUID. Oh, Reverend Cannabis, man, I wish I can. Here, let me see if I can get you on here. Or you know what I'll do? I'll try to find a way to get you on the one when I do it live, because I don't know how to do it from my phone here. But, no, I didn't. I found some shit from Cannaman Farms. They're out Eastern Washington. It was 67% THC, and it melted kind of 3-starry, but it started turning black while it was melting and tasted like chemicals. It was horrible. So I don't know if they irradiated it or what, but I don't see it too much. I saw Jolioli had some recreational rosin. About a month ago or two, about 2 months ago, I started buying some recreational oil finally. I bought some other shit that was bad. Everyone in here from Kitsap? Yeah. Oh, I don't think so. That would be crazy. Kitsap County's kind of small. I mean, there's only 40,000 people in Bremerton. Yeah, I think that's Chris Christie's fault, man, about New Jersey. Oh, someone said Washington, D.C. went wreck yesterday. That's cool. Yeah, dude, fuck that snitch. I'm at the computer where I found out that he even was a snitch. Lived in New York. Saw some good gold leaf rosin. Oh, dude, I want to get their shit. I hella do. I'm glad that I didn't even know they went wreck till Sky told me. Vape only products. Yeah, I thought I heard something about that. Hopefully someone from New York can answer. Oh man, someone just said Chris Christie endorsed Donald Trump. You know what's funny? I'll just say fuck it. I don't care about embarrassing Doc. Doc endorses Donald Trump, and he was for Mitt Romney back when herbal healing was opening. He was for Mitt Romney. He's a total fucking douchebag, man. Oh, I will do more of this. This is some easy shit. I couldn't do it on my old phone. I had a HTC M8 1 or whatever, 1 M8 mate, and my screen was starting to get fucked up on it. I didn't wait for the Galaxy 7, but I got this Galaxy 6 Edge Plus. It's pretty much a Note, but it's got the Galaxy 6 program on it with the Edge thing. So you have a little there's a fucking, it's like a caller ID thing where you can do it on the edge, but it's cool because you can scroll on the side of the screen and stuff. It looked like it'd break easy to me, but I guess the glass on it is sapphire, so it doesn't break as easy. And I got the Gorilla Glass on top of that, which I've never had before, which I should have had. ever come to Colorado? Yeah, I went there in 2013 with Archie, but I do want to come back. Yeah, that's kind of old news. This is 2012, 13. He snitched, and yeah. Oop. Why are we lagging here? Oh, is my phone about to die? Let me see. No, I got 67%. Why is it frozen? Oh, never mind. Not. Shit, I thought it was frozen, but I was just sitting still. Because that shit probably looked like meth. That's why he got kicked out, man. They didn't know what it was. No, I'm kidding. Some dudes that he got kicked out for having CBD crystals in the smoke shop got kicked out. How many people are in here? I can't even. 208? Wow. Let me refresh and see. 211. Okay. I'm gonna go home at some point. I just rode out here with Archie this morning. Oh yeah, I guess if you want to keep updated, I'm active on Instagram every day. I mean, the most I take off, like if I'm not feeling well, I'll go like a day or two. But oh, everyone's doing their area codes. I'll type mine in. Oops, click. 360. I was about to until I started learning more about the solvents used to do that, and I don't know that I want to be smoking any of that right now. But yeah. If I wanted to smoke any isolated cannabinoids, I wouldn't be hitting the acidic ones. I mean, once you've removed the terpenes, no reason to. And just so you know, if you have pure THCA, that's only 87.33% THC. If it's 100% pure THCA, it's only 87.33% THC. It's because 87.77, because 12.33 of it is carboxylic acid. But if you have pure distillate THC that's activated, then that is pure THC. So if I was going to smoke something in its pure forms, I wouldn't be smoking the acidics. Like I said before, once all the goodies are removed and you just have one cannabinoid, why would I want it diluted with carboxylic acid? So, and fucking crazy solvents that no labs test for. Yeah, THC distillate, someone asked about it, maybe the lag. I'll be making some of that for 502. You'll be seeing that on the market. But everyone else is doing it too. What's up, Els?
What's up?
Do you have anything to say? Els?
Yeah.
You thinking about something? Think about something smart to say.
No, I'm trying to work in
You're working?
this thing up. Oh, there it is. I was looking for the stuff that you took real quick.
Oh, I put it on top of the
okay.
container shelf.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. Messed you up. One sec. I'm on top of a Northwest Leaf, and I think this is the one that Archie got this strain of the month for. Where's the centerfold at? They took it out and framed it, so it's not even in here. Okay, never mind. It's at home. Anyways, he got strain of the month for that Cinnamon Cookies in December. Joe, unfortunately, I'm leaving real soon. Or else I would have you down here. I'm seeing people type THC acetate and THCA isolate. And I hope you understand those are two different things. Oh, dude, yeah. See, the only time I've ever tried any see, cannabis reverend's talking about some distillate with some Dutch treat terps. The only time I ever tried distillate with cannabis derived terps, they were Ari's Krugerrand terps added to some, and it wasn't that good. I bet you're probably gagging right now, Jeff, hearing me talk about that. If you smelled that nasty, that light fraction with the booze in it. Yeah. Oh, unfortunately I won't. But oh, maybe. You know what? Yeah, I'll try to come on Hash or in the chat. I don't go on the thing. Not Google. Oh, I know. I'm sure you're doing it a more practical, cleaner, nicer way. I bet. You know, Jeff. You know them. Those short path. Just the distillate. It doesn't come with the mantle, but it's got the 3 balls that you can rotate. That are more common. You're seeing people use those. If someone took, like, I don't know, because I've seen with the Apex systems how they have the 2 separators, and they have that one separator that's got a really high terp content. If they put some of that in there, and then, no, that wouldn't work. It's straight from the material. Oh. Well, I was in your neighborhood yesterday, but I think I should. I was thinking about you too, because I was getting me a sandwich, and I'm like, dude, I wonder if someone's around. But I didn't want to just not hit you up and just show up. But yeah, I'll text message you next time I head around there. Do you know Batman? Distillate from rosin. Yeah, I will. I think. Damn sure I got your phone number in here. If not, I can DM you on. Because remember, sometimes you call and be like, "Who's this?" But I think I saved your number. Stupid. I don't know why I didn't. If I didn't, but distillate from rosin. I don't know why people adulterate rosin and winterize it, do shit like that. It makes 0 sense. But yeah. Since Jeff's in here, one time we did one of them blasphemy type things. This was over 2 years ago, not quite 3, but 2 years ago. He had some heavy wax CO2 oil, like really really waxy from like the side of the separator, and put it like, I guess, like you see them Eden Labs CO2 foots that it's like looks like wax and oil all mixed together. He had some shit like that. Oh, the price is way better, way better. I couldn't believe it when I people are just blatantly posting on Instagram now. That's pretty cool. That's why I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting some of this for 502. Yeah, and we do access CO2 with the butane. That's exactly what I was getting to. And we took some CO2 oil, put it in a Pyrex pan, sprayed like 5 cans of butane in there. This is before I had anything closed loop or any kind of in-butane. So we used some straight up Power 5. Sprayed that into the pan, let that shit chill, or it took a while to dissolve it because it was so cold, and then we poured it in the Buckner funnel, filtered the waxes out, and it made it like a pull and snap, which was pretty neat. Pretty good taste too. Especially, it was pretty cool to get that out of the wax. That was fun. But of course, alcohol, if you're gonna, I think pretty much everyone that does CO2 oil agrees that ethanol winterization is like the more efficient way to do that. Oh, Vern Phillips, dude. I met him before in person, and then I don't know why we were arguing, but we beefed. Oh yeah, it was when I was showing people how to de-wax, and he was talking shit about it, saying I've been doing that forever, and you're just showing people. I don't know. I don't ever get that when people want to hide information to hold everyone else back, like they feel like the only way they can succeed is by holding other people down. I don't like that. But so we were beefing. But he's a great guy. Makes really good looking shatter. He's more of a wax guy, and I've tried his wax before, back when it was Vernon Phillips Silly Putty, and it was pretty good. So his system confuses me. I look at his system. I've seen the way he does it, and I don't know how but his beast one with the columns, I haven't seen it all tied together, and which way because it looks like it does. You have multiple options with that, but yeah, the way I like that style of de-waxing that he was doing when he was like Frankenstein and shit together. If that's what his system does, then I think that's cool. There's a lot more efficient ways to do it now versus filtered plate. Tell me more. So, yeah, I'm waiting to see what this guy says. You fucking get it up? I used to. Back, he showed me how to use when I first got the Bogart, sent to me the prototype one, and I had no clue what to do with it. He kind of explained it all to me, and then he turned me on to Grey Wolf and what's that site? Skunk Farm Research. But yeah, Giddy Up's cool. He can be a dick, but you ask people about me, they'll say I'm a dick too. So I didn't see anyone talk about this filter plate de-waxing, so I'll go ahead and talk about what I'm thinking is a more efficient way to do it. I have theories, and I'm seeing other people have good success doing it. But this whole stall in a vessel thing, it's great, and I love it, and that's the only way I've ever done it. But doing it on a more commercial level, maximizing surface area seems to be, and just going slow seems to be the way to do it. So instead of having a tank, ETS did this, Busy Bee dinked with it, I don't know if he still does it, but pretty much you have your tank where it would normally stall in, but that's filled with stainless steel bearings, and there's dry ice around it, and it's really cold, and it just flows through really slowly, and pretty much all your solvent with your oil in it is coming in contact with a whole bunch of cold stainless steel versus sitting in a tank and not even really getting stirred up in there. So it takes a long time for it all to coagulate and get filtered out, but it goes over that BFE. It's cool for food grade. I saw Farmer Joe's videos on it. One thing, I left a comment, I don't know if he replied to it, but I don't know if he was thinking, but he actually had thought or said that reducing the pressure was creating the butane to become a liquid because it was getting cold, but that's actually backwards of what's happening. If that was the case, why would we vacuum purge? That would make the butane stay in the oil if dropping the pressure made it go liquid. So really the reason it was getting cold is from the butane evaporating. That's how refrigerants work. That's the whole way the refrigerants work, is from compressing it and then reducing the pressure, and it cools. So, or letting the pressure out slowly, that whole way. So I love the way that BFE gives you the option to close the valve under the column and recover your solvent out. That's great. The V3 Sweet Leaf also, I think they found that out from the V3 Sweet Leaf, to be honest. That's been out for over a year now. So and even Emotech gives you that option too. So, or on the Obidose at least. I don't know about the desktop one. But yeah, the recovering your solvent out of your column, out of the top, that's genius. Just make sure you put filters on top of your weed too, because you don't want little weed bits getting sucked up and going. And also another thing I found out from doing that, when you're doing that, especially if you heat your column, you know, when you look at weed and it's got H2O in it, you really want between like 2 and 4%. This is higher right here, that's 6%. But let's say I'm running this right here, so 6.17% of it H2O. When I go to recover my solvent out and I heat my column, I recover it not out of my tank where the oil is, separator some people call it, especially the people familiar with CO2 systems. Saying that, so Jeff will know what part I'm talking about. But I'm actually talking about the column, recovering the gas out of it after the extraction, because your weed does have a, you know, if you open blast, you push that weed out. If you ever put it in a bag, you see the bag blow up and shit. No, this is not. This is the opposite herbal healing. I'm just chilling back here. So, anyways, recovering the solvent out of the weed. If you don't have a molecular sieve, the BFE does. Then you're gonna start vaporizing the actual, as you're recovering your butane out of it, you're actually vaporizing some of the moisture out of it too. Because like with the, just passively with the sweet leaf recovering the gas out of the top, it gets down to a full vacuum. And that's enough to make water boil at room temperature. What's up? Man? Come here, Harvey Hydro. Be on live stream.
Oh, what? What?
That's Harvey Hydro.
What up, man? Brought lunch today.
Oh, corn dogs? I'll get down on corn dogs, man. I take the bread off and eat the dog.
Yeah,
I don't like the corn.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, I figured out how to do this on my phone.
I didn't even know that. That's nuts. I just walked up into a live stream.
Dude, yeah, man. It's fucking.
Anyway, I'm gonna let him get back to business.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, have fun with your corn dogs.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, first off, someone asked what's a safe ppm. There's really not. First, I got to break that down a little bit. ppm of what solvents, because some labs will test for 9, some labs will test for 1, some labs will test for 12, 15, and they group them all together into a total. But there's all these other solvents that could be in there, especially if they're using canned butanes, that aren't being quantified. So we got to keep that in mind. Also, the amount of oil that you're consuming, because if you dab one dab of some oil that's 1,000 ppm, you're consuming less butane than if you dab a whole gram. Oh, sorry, a dab that's less than 0.1. So let's say 0.05 dab, versus taking 20 dabs of that same size to equal a whole gram of some oil that's 100 ppm. You actually would, or sorry, 100 ppm. You would be consuming more solvent that way. So how much? Yeah, I could use a dab of only smoke. I took a dab a couple hours ago, smoked a joint. 0 ppm, yeah. Or you can always shop for labs that give you low ppms and get your 0 ppm that way. There used to be a wonderful lab to do that at in Denver called Herbal Synergy. The owner fucking hates me, but yeah, I pretty much talk shit about his ridiculous residual solvent testing that he does in his lab apartment with his GC that he's trying to sell for $7 grand right now. Man, I haven't dinked with any entry-level cheap. Oh wait, best tasting, good value oil I've tried. I didn't read what he. Smoky, dude. Yeah, Medicropper told me about him. You guys keep telling me about him. From what I understand about the Smoky Point Productions, their shit's hard to get into shops. No shop I've been to has their shit. So the Seattle Private Reserve is what I've been hitting at with my favorite skate. Major Crew is my favorite skate team. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, cannabis reverend. I did my most recent, which sucks because I did the interview like 6 months ago for Frank 151, and they recently put it up like last month, and it was about 502. So a lot of the shit I'm talking about in that interview is gone and fixed. Like for instance, the excise tax from producer to processor to retail customer. Now it's just from retail to customer. But I talked about that in there. What else I talk about? The square footage went up again since then. What's going on? Oh, they've moved about 100 trees into the greenhouse. Follow their Instagram. Archie's been posting pictures of what's been going on up there. But yeah, so what I had said in there would be great. I'm not normally for bureaucracies and that kind of shit, but having seen how brutal these labs are, and what's kind of funny is these labs, the people from these labs, and it's not just from Washington, from all states, even Addison came up and did it, SC Labs came up, Jennifer from Can Labs in Colorado, they all came to Washington and helped design the rules around testing based on how they can make money. It was they had a conflict of interest there. So the labs helped them make the rules saying what everyone should have to test for. And then all them labs can't even agree on what everything is and the ways to do it. I haven't found any two labs that can agree on what everything they test for is in its pure form. It's such a fucking joke. So I was saying it would be cool if there was just one I-502 lab. It wasn't private. That kind of sucks because I'm more for private business than I am for bureaucracies. But this is the only time in my life that I've ever been like against that kind of shit. Yeah, someone says 502 is a giant conflict of interest. Yeah, I don't think there's anything you could find in there that isn't. That's kind of a bummer. But that's how pretty much all regulated industries are. There's always some shit that benefits someone that no one can agree that everyone agrees shouldn't benefit from it. What's your favorite OG? Oh God, that's so hard. I like SFVOG and Tahoe OG, not Cali Connections Tahoe OG. Talking if you live in California or if you're familiar with the Tahoe OG that's similar to SFVOG, that kind. I call it Josh OG. It's the real OG Kush story, Josh D. I love his OG. It's like a really indica dominant one. The Cookie Fam, they rock it and call it Flow Rida Kush. Thank you. Yeah, I need a couple of root canals. I made a post yesterday where I had a tooth that I had gotten pulled in like 2009, 2010 maybe, and I had said I pulled it out. Dude, I'm a good troll. So many people believed I pulled that fucking tooth out. Underdog OG. I have not had that, but that sounds good. Is that a JJNYC one? Right now the only two places that have it, and it's not labeled that, it's labeled the real OG Kush story, is the bakery. I don't even know if they still have it, but PDA does. PDA Lounge in Belltown, which is in downtown Seattle. The place, if you watch the Drugs Inc., where they were filming the guy walk around, the guy, I've spent over $1 million on crack cocaine. I lost my yachts and all this. I am a well-dressed, highly educated, well-spoken crack smoker. That guy, talking about crack feet and stuff. That was Belltown. Puyallup. Have I heard about the Puyallup Tribe Cannabis Lab? I haven't, but the Suquamish tribe, they're like, they can do normal people for in Washington doing 502. If you have retail, you can't, meaning your name can't be on a producer or processor license. If you're a producer, you could be a producer, but you can't. You can either do retail or producer processor. But the Indians, they can do it all. They can do it like Colorado, vertically integrated, which would have been nice to do here. Good morning, Java Puff. Let me see what my battery. I'm so surprised I haven't plugged my battery in, and I still got 57% battery. What the hell? I thought this would have wiped my battery out. Under cookies, so it's underdog with platinum Girl Scout cookie times. Oh god. You have the same. Oh, dude, I've got 4 reds and 3 blacks of this one. LED one shot hooked it up. Is Archie's truck still out there? Yeah. Okay, cool. I started to feel like he left me. Have you heard of Burner's Cookies or Sherbet? Yeah. Well, they call it sherbet, which is funny. Let me talk about that. Because they have their gelato, which is another kind of ice cream. And there's sherbet. There's like Sunset Sherbet, which is SHERBET. But it looks like they're like sherbet and call it that because they say it like the ghetto people. If, for instance, Pie Guy, he's arguing with Swerve in this one video, and they're talking about the strain F1. It's just a strain they called F1, and he's like, "You mean like the first filial?" He's like, "No, I don't know that breeder shit. I'm from the streets." But then goes and argues about fucking genetics and stuff. It's weird, but yeah, sherbet is like a made-up name of what some people from the hood thought sherbet said. And the dumbest thing I've ever heard is what and I'm sorry to hate on the Cookie Fam when I go and I like a lot of their shit, but I'm not hating on Jigga 415, and that's really all the one that matters. But Mr. Sherbinsky was saying if it's spelled sherbet, then it's fake. But if it's spelled sherbet, then it's real. Like someone can't throw an R in their shit. And, oh, that changed its fucking DNA now that they spelled it different. That's ignorant to me. Have you tried black lime? No, I have not. I grew a beard. You talking about me? Try to grow a beard. Bert. Dude, you guys got some good ass prices over there at the 502 stores in Spokane. That's pretty cool. I had some weed. I vaped it. It was awesome. And then we tried to smoke it. That shit was bunko. It was from a company out in Spokane. I showed them off. It was some really most expensive rec weed I bought this year. 16 a gram after tax. And it was some presidential kush. It was really purple. Long hair, don't care. Yep. Oh, dude, I have so all the ounces rec I've seen that are like 150, 100 look scary to me. Oh, pesticide-free outdoor. I mean, there is some outdoor shit that I like. The main thing with outdoor is a lot of people grow it in areas where, one, there's fucking dust storms and a lot of or heat, or they'll grow it in like the Emerald Triangle where fucking bud rot and powdery mildew loves to be. So a lot of the outdoor gets compromised, but you know, that's not to say that people can't grow good outdoor, because they definitely can. Let me look on the camera. Oh, patients are coming in now. Wow. Oh, I guess. What time is it? Oh, 10:01. That's why. Eagle 20 is 100 ounce. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's funny. Yeah, totally. We're definitely, that's why all the agriculture is done over there. That's why all our apples and grapes, all that good Eastern Washington wine is grown over there. It's like a little Napa Valley, but yeah, we're so far from the equator that longer strains don't really finish up here. Dude, I've heard that from several people that Dama uses Eagle 20. Speaking of Dama, damn, they took a dive. Their shit, all the shit grown from like January to June of last year, decent, and then everything grown after that's fucked up. Does propane differ from butane? I mean, depending on what torch it's on, like some Coleman propane on them little heads, it doesn't burn too hot, but I wouldn't be using. Oh, they got busted for it. Damn, I didn't know that. But I'm back to talking about the Eagle 20 on Dama. Oh, they do if they're like, yeah, that is true. Good point, C. Ray. And one of the best ways to do light depth is to, like, let's say 12 hours before your sun comes up, black it out, and then once it gets dark out that night, uncover it. That way you don't got to get up early in the morning to uncover it. You just wake up with the sun. If you guys saw the video of the High Point greenhouse, it blacked out. It's got a automatic light depth, but in that little video they didn't close the back wall of it, so there's still some light showing if you look at the very center of the screen way back, but there's a back wall that closes too. Fuck combustion, I have not been over there since, oh man, 5 or 6 years. That's a good website. Vapehead. I found out about that shop from, or that site from Token Daily way back in the day. He used to talk about fuck combustion. He's got posts on there still. They're from California, but they have shit in, I've seen it in Michigan, I've seen it in Nevada. Actually, I have a friend that come in my private live streams who's pretty good friends with them, and he would tell me stuff like how they open blast and stuff. I don't know if they still do, but yeah. Hey Brett, since you work with extractions, I was wondering how much 502 oil you think is de-waxed. Is it a standard part of the process? No, definitely not. I'd say probably 1% to 5%. Not that 5%'s high. Cloud Evo. Yeah, I have. I was originally, they said they'd hook me up, so I sent an email to them saying, okay, I'm ready to buy this shit. I don't want to buy it and then find out you're gonna hook me up, and never got a reply. So I went, okay, but not saying I'm not gonna buy it if I don't get hooked up, but I really hate finding out I could save money later after I've spent it, you know. Do I play video games? I don't. I look like I do, but I like Forza 5 on Xbox One. That's an older one, but Archie's son has that. I played the shit out of that. I played with some of you followers on there on Xbox Live, but I haven't done that in over a year. I don't even have one to play on. YouTube Live 1000. Who's that? Yeah, I do like the Cloud Evo. Don't, not to be confused with like the Cloud Bait pins. Maybe they're the same, but I don't know. CS:GO, I don't know what that is. It would be dope to do that originally, because Archie's friends own the Charleston Theater, and originally we wanted to do like a farmer's market or some kind of thing out there, but then we just got busy with our lives and went, fuck it. What's up, Rage Cage? Puffco pins? I don't know. Never tried one. Most pins aren't worth it, just to give you the how my opinion is on those. So, someone said, would you consider open blasting if I purge for days? Meaning them. How you extract doesn't really have to do with how you purge. But what you extract with. Now, almost every bit of open blasted oil is blasted with canned butane, which has a lot of impurities in it. But let's say open blast with some distilled, even distilled canned butane, or distilled in butane, then that'd be cool. But I'm not gonna front. I dab people's open blast oil all the time. I don't have much against it. I'll dab some Newport oil, which is funny because we used to think that shit was the best until people started testing for impurities and stuff. Meth pipe, we're good for. Yeah, I'm not gonna front. I was embarrassed buying that shit before I got a vapor swing, or what they call it, a skillet. They called it a skillet back then. It was just a curve. But before I got that, I went down and bought a fucking meth pipe and smoked oil out of that. Felt so weird. This was before they had cheap oil rigs that you can buy everywhere. They didn't even have Chinese oil rigs back then. Someone left some good wisdom. Samurai Sam said, don't buy a pin that you don't know what it's made of. Good point. Skillet days of. Yeah. And you guys, if you know Big D, the guy who started the Secret Cup, before he started Top Shelf Extracts, he was selling vapor swings. I forgot the brand name, but it was because HMK, whenever you wanted to get a Hashmaster cut curve, you'd have to be on a waiting list forever. They were really hard to get. So he started having some glass blower, or maybe China, I don't know. Someone make them, putting titanium swings on them and sell them. Or that's what he was doing. It was Vapor Swing was the brand, and that's what I had. Newport, the type of butane, yes, Newport butane. Canned butane. Not cigarettes. So someone asked, I don't usually answer these questions, but since I can say it without typing it, it was asking about the best nail to get. Instead, he said for wax, but I know he's talking about any kind of full melt, or not full melt like water hash, but an oil that melts away. You shouldn't be calling full melt. Just crisscross that I called it that. But yeah, that's gonna be a preference thing. Some people like the domeless titanium. Some people like the quartz bangers. I like the quartz bangers. To be particular, I like the Quave club bangers because I really like the way that the QFZ carb cap fits on those. Ceramic's cool. We had a hive nail for a while, and I found out they were made in China, which wasn't a surprise. But what's funny is a lot of people will they'll hate on the Chinese ceramic nail while owning a hive. The fuck, that makes no sense. But yeah, we had a hive for a while. First time I heated it up, it cracked, but then it lasted over a year before I dropped it and then broke it. Rough rip-off, $200. I haven't seen them, man. The $200 rosin presses off Rip-Off City. Have not seen them. Is it what if you want highly educated? The best thing to do is to buy it directly from Task Rock at events because you can buy it for wholesale. I don't buy highly educated products retail. I hate that because they're expensive. So you run into Task Rock at an event, and he's always got a backpack full of titanium, and you can buy it from him there. Quartz Castle. Oh, I used to hustle those. I think there's some. We have some here. Oh, out in the glass case. Oh no, here's one. Quartz Castle. Buy 1,000 of them for 1,300, or yeah, for 1,300, and then sell them for like 45. That was a good come up. But here they are. It's a used one. Now they have carb caps. Shout out to Chris Schuler, Fam Oli Glass in Olympia. Quartz Castle. Yeah, they got knocked off by a lot of people now. So there's a lot of people making the quartz castles that knocked them off. Originally, I sent an order to the Dab Lab, and so they had the real ones, but I was difficult as hell to get a hold of and to send it out to. So they went with, they ended up having Aaron Vigil make them, and he made some with the slits different, so it wasn't a knockoff. But yeah. If I was better about it and sent orders whenever they wanted them, then they'd probably still be on there. Halen troughs and honey holes, hell yeah. Especially the trough with the trough carb cap. Oh, someone's talking about what makes up titanium. I remember hearing in one of Task Rock's rap song, he said no aluminum or vanadium, and he actually explained to me that because this other company started using grade 5 titanium. It was a grinder company called Cosmic Case. They're on high priority glass, and they were using the grade 5, but he uses grade 2, but it actually tests at grade 1, but for some reason grade 1 they found it didn't hold heat as well. But even though his grade 2 tests as grade 1, I don't know. 1,000 quartz castles. Oh yeah, you want to hear something funny? I had them all in like a basket, and I spilled and broke over 100 of them. So Hitman equals China. Yeah, I'm starting to think that. But what a lot of people throws them off is how Hitman, for the longest time, was made by Zob and other people. Oh, we're rolling out.
No, I gotta pop this. Let me pop this shatter in here real quick.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
Oh, okay, thank you. Sweet. Let me know like 5 minutes so I can shut this off.
Okay.
Sweet. So yeah, when I roll out, I'll do a different one when I get home. What am I? I'm not dabbing on anything right now. I'm at Herbal Healing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I should have. Someone else answered it in the thing, but yes, Task Rock owns Highly Educated. You dab DMT? No, I've never done DMT. What's this?
Oh, no, I just want to ask.
Cement cookie something. Is it that cake? Oh yeah, it is that. Woo! That cake batter. Yeah, and the Sunday stack launched 2 weeks before they did on DH, or before Hitman dropped them. So either they're made in China, or Hitman's got some spy working for him that's selling the designs to China before he can even sell them. One of the two. I make what? Oh, yeah. Yes, I did. It's old, though. When I get home, yeah, I'll be dabbing like a motherfucker. See, that's the thing. Someone just said about LSD being research skins. I got this weird brain, which sucks. I guess you call it addictive personality. Whenever I get into something, I want to just keep doing it. So, I started like a little over maybe 2.5 years ago. No, 2 years and 3 months ago. A fellow YouTuber, friend of mine, brought me some magic mushrooms, and I ate them. I was like, fuck, I gotta do this every day. And I kept doing it. Then I'm like, wait a minute, once these are out of season, that's gonna suck. So I wanted to get some LSD. I made a post on Facebook, and people started hitting me up. Yeah, I got acid. But people started also telling me, hey, that shit's research chemicals. Most people don't have pure acid, or real acid no more. Got what?
Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, the cement. You were looking for that?
Yeah, looking for
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was hogging it over here.
All right, cool.
Yeah, do you want the cake batter?
I want to see if this goes in the fridge, right? Down here.
I mean,
They had it
yeah.
in the safe.
Oh yeah, keep that in. Yeah, Terps. Save them Terps. Keep that. It's not a fridge. It's a wine cooler.
I mean, thank you.
Difference, humidity or not. Fucking idiot. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Test kits. Yeah, you want it to turn yellow or something. I don't know. Or no, you don't want it to turn yellow. You want the Molly to turn dark purple. That's what
Brett,
it
how
is.
many cinnamon were there when we brought them in this morning?
35.
35. So if there's any less than 35, you are the thief.
No, I had them right here by me this whole time.
Oh, okay. No, there was some down in the fridge too.
No, he's talking about the cake batter.
Oh, what cake batter?
Cinnamon cake batter.
What are you talking about, Els? Els, what are you talking about?
I think I just confused it worse. Do you think dabbing terps are cold trap during the purge is healthy? Fuck no. Fuck no. I don't think dabbing any isolated terps is healthy, but especially cold trap. Fuck no. That's not the only thing getting condensed there.
There you go. That's it.
The bunk police. Oh yeah, that's the doc. I think that's the documentary I watched.
Buy my T-shirt.
My t-shirt. Harvey Hydro already had some when he came on.
Yeah, Harvey Hydro Instagram.
Hey, can I have some some Sour Patch Kids?
You're good.
Thank you. Dude, you shouldn't have these in here. You know why?
Why?
Because they look just like the medicated ones.
I had to buy some that weren't medicated.
Oh, because you got me?
Yeah.
Oh,
it
man.
was expensive. I was like, oh, I need a bag of candy, $20.
Dude, I know. That's why I'd be here. Because it's so far from the gas station.
Yeah.
I'd be budging and get a sweet tooth. And have to buy fucking edibles.
Yep.
Because you're dabbing, you're huffing solvents. Versus when the terps are in the oil, they're in there. It's diluted with cannabinoids. You're dabbing them in their pure form. There's different. You're huffing. Sorry, I'm chewing candy at the same time. Sorry, talk. Those terpenes are solvents. They're aromatic hydrocarbons. So you're huffing them. It's not something I'm into.
Technically, it was done before July 25th.
5-to-1 CBD to THC, or oil. 5-to-1 terps to oil. I will try your terps, man, but
We have this big
only because I trust you.
And we spin the dial. And we go back in flavor. We can only pull 3 at a time.
And that's a smart dude up there. A lot of people think I'm real smart, but really, I learn shit. A lot of it's from people. And one of them motherfuckers is the cannabis reverend, the guy that's in here. And that's why I said I'd try his terps, because I trust him more than anyone else.
That's tight.
Yeah, Jeff's in here.
Oh, is he in there?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
Mm.
Can you see him?
No, he's in the chat room.
Oh, okay.
But I want to bring him on here. He's right there. You gotta try my terps.
Oh, okay.
But I wish I could have him on here, but I can't add people on that thing. We're going in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cut this off, guys. I mean, the ones from Blue River, I don't know. That's Tony. Man, remember Tony? The guy we hung out with in Denver?
Yeah.
Yeah, his shit's called Blue River now. Just like River Rock. He
okay.
likes River.
Well, because you remember he said the way that the river cut the path through the rock was all about it. That's because it was a steady process that was all the time that created the.
That's why he's into it, dude. He thought about that tripping on something.
Yeah. Sinus.
Sinus. All right, guys, I'm gonna start this over, and I'll start it when I get home. See you guys later.